This episode is brought to you by 1Password. Imagine what your brain could remember if it didn't have to hold on to 100 different passwords. Free your brain from remembering passwords. Get 1Password. 1Password combines industry-leading security with award-winning design to bring private, secure, and user-friendly password management to everyone. Don't let security slow your business down. Go to onepassword.com/technews to start your 2-week free trial.
A common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Well, we are back, and we're talking about the world. We're talking about Europe. We're talking about the United States being invaded, and that's the end of it. It's over. And what else can we talk about?
The economy.
The economy. What did they used to say? It's the economy, stupid. And today I am watching the Dow Jones, and it was a tick away from 45,000. And to tell us about how the economy in our country is, we have the Steve Forbes. Steve, tell us what the heck is going on.
What's going on is anticipation of much better times ahead, where we can look forward to lower taxes, less regulation, which has been crushing especially small businesses, a border that is not open anymore, finally taking care of a hideous problem created by the previous administration, rebuilding our military. So all the things that were weighing down on America, people see relief ahead. They used to say relief is just one pill away or one step away. Well, which people now think, the markets think, better times are one inauguration away.
Go ahead. By the way, we have Jack Chitterelli in the studio with us here. This is, of course, and he says hello. Jack, you got to join us. Don't just say hello.
Steve is
he's a resident of New Jersey.
He's a New Jersey guy.
Yeah, you got another New Jersey guy. Jack Chitterelli, go ahead, Jack, you're on.
We're no longer outnumbered, Steve. 2 New Jerseyans are here.
I got a half a house. I got a half New Jersey.
That's right. You pay a lot of taxes.
I pay a lot of more taxes. I pay more taxes in New Jersey than I do in New York.
He's got
We're
a
going to
summer
fix
house
that,
in Jersey.
We're going to fix
well,
that.
Wait, if we're adding up the taxes, then New Jersey's got more presence here in the room than New York because we're the worst in the nation.
That is true.
That's why we need somebody in there to reduce it.
One of the encouraging things about New Jersey, our benighted, misgoverned state, high tax and everything else that you can wreck an economy with, is what happened in the recent election. New Jersey has been a very blue state for years, but Donald Trump came within 4 or 5 points of winning the state, just as Jack came within an inch of winning the governorship when no one thought he could do it. Now we have a governor's race next year. We have it in odd years in New Jersey. Keep the jokes away about odd. And, so in 2025, we have an election coming up. The fact that Donald Trump, who has been so vilified and had low ratings and all that sort of stuff, came very close to winning the state. So people are reacting. They know that what the Democrats have done in terms of taxation, regulation, and the cultural stuff and the border, people said enough. We want to get back on track with common sense.
Well, that word, we should have patented that word, common sense. We would have made $1 zillion by now for everybody using it.
Yes. Opportunities missed. The story of the world.
Craig Eaton?
Steve, this is Craig Eaton. I was the Republican chairman here for 11 years in Brooklyn. And you know what? I think the presidential election was a telltale election. And I think we're going to see a lot more Republicans winning nationwide because the people are fed up. I mean, that election, if that didn't tell us something, it's that people want change. People are tired of the status quo and tired of the migrants and the crime and the lack of education and safe streets. So I think we're going to be winning around this country, and we hope to start in New Jersey in June of 2025.
That would be a good beginning. And by the way, New York City someday may see the light. But in the meantime, what's amazing is when you take out the 4 big boroughs of New York, Staten Island votes sane. They vote the right way, but they're so small. Take out the 4 big boroughs of New York, and Donald Trump won the rest of the state of New York. Long Island, upstate, he did it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Now, I mean, what the Republicans have to do now to maintain common sense and to make sure that every American, one vote, one American, is to make sure that one American, one vote. We got to straighten out the voting system.
Yeah, they used to say one man, one vote, but we'll say one live citizen, one vote.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Steve.
One live citizen.
Legal citizen.
Legal citizen. By the way, I want to ask you, Steve, what do you make of the tariffs? Because, Trump came out and already Mexico was like, oh, maybe we will seal the border. Justin Trudeau calls up right away. Mr. President-elect, we need to talk. What do you make of this idea? It's interesting saying 25%.
The new Mexican president, Mexico are very proud people and, very sensitive to, diktats as they see it from the U.S. So she said, well, we can hit back, blah, blah, blah. But I think what came across with Donald Trump's putting on what would be huge tariffs could hurt everybody, what he made clear is we want these issues solved. And he has credibility. When he draws a red line, it's something that won't disappear as it did with Barack Obama and Joe Biden. It's something you take seriously. So I think at the end of the day, you're going to get the new agreement with Mexico. Mexico has not been adhering to the agreement they signed with us that replaced NAFTA several years ago. And so that's going to be taken care of. And really what we want to do is get back with Mexico to what we had in 2021 when Mexico worked with us after hard negotiations by President Trump in his first term. Not easy, a lot of screaming, tariffs and all that kind of stuff. But at the end, we sealed the border, effectively sealed the border, where even Mexico was working to make sure people didn't come into Mexico to then go on to the U.S. And Biden threw all of that away, gratuitously threw that all away. So we're going to have to go back to where we were in 2021. And in terms of tariffs and trade barriers, I hope the president sees tariffs not as a revenue raiser, but as a tool to get other barriers removed so we get to do more buying and selling with each other on a fairer playing field.
Yeah, no, great wake-up call.
Well, Steve Forbes, thank you for your input, and we hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and let's catch up again real soon.
Thanks, Steve. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, and we're going to have good turkey on Thursday, and I shouldn't say it, but another turkey's going to be leaving us next year.
That's a good one.
The biggest turkey of all.
You can say that.
And read us off the hot news of the day.
It's the top news of the day, sponsored by Goya. Here's Rita Cosby.
Well, guys, as we talked about here on the top of the show, a ceasefire deal between Israel and Iranian-backed Hezbollah has been reached. President Biden said the deal was reached with help from France, ending the fighting in Lebanon for now. Americans' confidence in the economy is rising. A Gallup poll shows that Americans now rank their confidence in the economy as a negative 17 after President-elect Trump's win. That is actually up 9 points since October. And this is interesting. I'm curious your take on this, you guys. The children of the prime suspect in the D.B. Cooper hijacking, remember in 1971, have turned over a logbook and a parachute that they found on their property. The children of Richard McCoy II apparently waited till their mother passed away before coming forward so she wouldn't be charged.
The children always thought he was the guy.
Yeah, and then they found, I guess, this parachute on the property in a logbook and didn't want to, I guess, get the mother in trouble. But, wow, now maybe mystery solved, right? Very interesting.
One of the great movies of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew you would know that, Judge.